Hello everybody and welcome back to Good Company. As always, I am Dor, and today we're going to go ahead and make the final two blueprints that we need to go ahead and make. So let's go ahead and jump into that. First up here is the robotic guide one that we need to go ahead and make. So this is the first little design for it. We have the Know the Way one, which is a trash can, and then Make Your Day one, which is a vacuum with a head on it. Let's go with the first one here, follow the beat. And then we can go ahead and go through the colors here. We got Friendly Peach, which is already set to. We got Soft Flower, which is kind of a nice scheme. We got Teal and Gold, which is not my jam all that much. We got Sunny Orange, which is kind of nice as well. We'll go with the Soft Flower version here. Then we can go ahead and add in the modules here. So we need display fidelity, we need sensors, we need processing power, and we need strength. So we can go ahead and add these guys in. So we have, none of these are being like automatically made right now. We do have some of the 7-segment displays I think being made, but for right now, yeah, we'll just use the 7-segment displays because we have a product already using these, so we can automate these with the processing machine, chemical processing machine. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll just use these guys in this section here. Hopefully this meets the requirement. We need 1.2 and we have 2.4 off of that one, so that's fine. Then we can go over to these sensors here. We have these guys being made, proximity sensors, so hopefully these guys count as the thing we need here. It does. It gives us 4.0 on that. That's cool. And then we need processing power, so we have the microcontrollers being made. We need 1.8, and we have the microcontrollers being made in bulk here, so we can use those here as well. That's going to give us 2.7. So then we need the strength section here, and we don't have any of these guys being made, and the first 3 here are the only ones that give us strength. So we're going to use the first one here. This gives us 1.4 worth of strength, so we're over 0.2 of it, but we're within range here. Now we can go ahead and add in one of these guys, I believe, to try and decrease the ecological footprint on it. So let me go ahead and see which one of these things actually helps that out. Actually, you know what? We'll go ahead and just leave the negative on that because we're still making a profit. And then if we go ahead and add in one of these guys, we're going to end up going over on weight anyways. So we'll just leave it be. And then we can go ahead and randomize the name a little bit and get a name for this thing. That'll work out nicely. We got the Friendly Butler XXL, so we'll go ahead and finish that design. We met the requirements with a little bit of negative on ecological, but that's fine. That should go away in a little bit once we rank this guy up. And then we're off to make the robotic pipe cleaner now. So the first one here is the waste eater. It looks like a thermos with a little grabby bit on top. And then we got the Soaky satellite, which is kind of cool looking. It's got little conveyor belt looking things on the sides here. And then we have the cleaning fish, which looks like a fish. So kind of does the name in there. And we're going to go with this one because the name is already Silent Fish. So kind of seems fitting. Over to the colors here, we have Fresh Clementine, which is a kind of nice color scheme. Then we have Seagrass, which is what it was a second ago. Then we got Coral and Sand, which is kind of nice looking too. And then we got Lavender Sun, which is purple and gold. So I think we're going to go with the Fresh Clementine one. Kind of like that a little bit more. We'll leave that alone. And then we're going to go ahead and put the stuff in here. So we need motors, and we have DC motors and step motors being made. So can this thing meet the requirement that it needs? So 3.0, and we need 1.7, so that's good. We have those things being produced. And then we need flexibility, which is going to be this guy, the single jointed segment. That's going to meet the requirement there. Then we need batteries and processing again. And for the battery pack, we can go ahead and use the enhanced battery stack because that's what we have in production in the big warehouse. We have a bunch of these backlogged. It meets the requirement. And then we need some processing power, which is, I believe, this guy here. And again, we can use the microcontroller because we have those being produced. And it puts us over the requirement just a little bit, but we are a little hot. And I think, again, we're just going to go ahead and leave it because once we rank the product up, we should be fine. So we can go ahead and confirm that design. And then let's go ahead and set the lines up for these two today. Okay, so now that we have the blueprint set, we can go ahead and see what we need. And taking a look at what we have, we only need these two products being made. Everything else is being produced elsewhere in our system here. So hopefully we can go ahead and meet the demand of these things. First things first here, though, we're going to go ahead and move these guys over to our little manufacturing building over here for right now. These can go ahead and hang out here. And then we're going to go ahead and take our workbenches that we're going to need, and we're going to put them in this building here because we have the gearboxes being made, the gears being brought over, and I think the pipes as well. Nope, we don't have the pipes coming over, but we can go ahead and have them coming over. And for right now, we're going to run one table each because this warehouse is a little tight and we're not going to have room to put 2 down, but we are eventually going to have to move these to a different area. But for right now, just to rank up our product, we can go ahead and just leave one on here. So I need the pipes coming in, so we can go ahead and have pipes set on this guy here. We do have pipes set on this guy here. This guy needs to have pipes added into its carry thing, so we can go ahead and do that, set that to pick up and drop off, and that should have the pipes getting delivered to us here in a second. So we can set this, there we go, we have pipes coming in now, so that should be up and running here in a second. Let me hire in these 2 people so we have those things being produced, and then we need these 2 products going out of this warehouse back into that main one over there. So we need these guys and these guys, and that should be that. Those guys should be filling this pallet up with the products they're producing once they start getting produced, and then we're going to need them getting delivered over here, so we will have them delivered to this guy. So we need the same things coming over here, so those 2 can go here. We already have the proximity sensors coming here, we have the plastic casings already coming here, we have the motors coming here already, so that's 3 of the 5 items or whatever we need, and then we need a 7-segment display coming here, and I think that's all we need. And we can have this place up and running. Oh, you know what? The batteries and the microcontroller are all we need coming in here. Batteries, microcontroller, and the display. So 3 more items, which is not the end of the world. We already have these being made, like I said. So if we go over here, we should be able to set maybe this guy as a display guy. Okay, so everything should be running right now. I went ahead and set the courier routes up, and it should be turning out products here in a minute. Let me go ahead and fast forward this. While we're fast forwarding, we can go ahead and also upgrade some of our products here. So I'm going to leave the ones that are level 6 already alone for right now and try and rank up the rest of these to kind of be on par with them, so we can rank them all up together and be changing out blueprints when we are required to here. So this one is level 3 right now. We can go ahead and rank it up, and if we drop the pricing down even more, its market appeal is negative 0.8. But we're still selling some, so I mean, we should be able to do this, right? We can't make it any cheaper than that. It's only 50% discount we can do, and we're still selling it at a $146 product profit here, so that should be fine. I'm gonna stop fast forwarding here and go ahead and rank up another machine here. So we got the courier bot, we can rank up to level 5, so let's go ahead and do that. Drop it all the way down to 50%. Nope, we can't do 50%. Let's do 47%. We're making $8 on top of that. The cleaner bot that we have, we can rank that up, and it has a 181 profit. What if we drop it as low as we can? There we go. We can go 9% or 48% with a $9 profit, and it keeps it kind of selling. We are going to have to change out all of these blueprints, probably the next upgrade, to go ahead and get back into the at least hundreds of profits here instead of the $10 profit range. Our camera drone is ready to be ranked up, so let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and drop the price down to see if we can get it to a 5-star rating. We could do a 36% decrease to go ahead and keep it in the 5-star rating. We're only making 315 on that one. And I believe everything else is going to stay the same for right now until they're all leveled up. We have our drone and our fish bot thingy, cleaning bot, that is going to take a while here to rank up. And I guess it would also help if I went ahead and put the shelving down to go ahead and actually have these guys working, because I didn't do that yet. My bad. Okay, and while this stuff processes through, we're going to go ahead and set up another factory that's going to make something that we're already using a lot of. So we're going to use one of these areas here, hopefully. And what we're going to go ahead and set up here is the metal manufacturing line, right? We're going to have probably multiples of these guys down, and we're going to have them making the pipes, the screws, and the gears. Those are the only things we can automate through the machine. The other thing is the gearbox looking thing, but that needs employee tables to go ahead and automate. But for right now, we'll go ahead and just automate the machines at least. Okay, since the metal stuff here only pretty much requires metal plates, and then the metal plates get turned into bars, the bars get turned into the screws, and that's pretty much the entire line. We're just going to go ahead and run one courier pallet on this side, right? We'll do a bunch of metal in this guy. Actually, we'll leave that be for right now. We'll put a bunch of metal in this, and then for the first little line here, we can go ahead and automate that with an arm, right? We can go ahead and do something like this, like we've been doing, right? That goes out and then into a conveyor that should feed into that machine. That's making the gears, and then that can go right into a shelf. But we're going to have multiples of these, right? Because we're going to try and fill up these guys. Actually, no, we'll do this guy, right? Oh, we don't need that in there right now because then it's going to put some random thing in there, but we'll do one little shelf, and then we can have another one of the machines on the other side, if I remember which one it is. There we go. On this side of the thing, and then hopefully that can be feeding into this thing as well, and then we can just put a shelf on this side that is going to be full of metal. So this guy can go there, fill you up with metal, make that a sink. And then we can go ahead and plop it here, which will then allow us to go ahead and have another one of the machines on this side feeding a separate machine that's going to then feed into another little shelf. So that way we have 3 of these things making the gears. And then on this side, we can go ahead and try that here as well. I think we'll be able to squeeze maybe 2 of these guys in, not 3 of them, but we can go ahead and give it a go here. So we can have this guy extracting into a conveyor that then feeds this thing. So we need that going there. That's going to be the metal going into this, and then the pipes need to go into that guy, so we need one of these going into a shelf to go ahead and make a little bit of a buffer because we need to be able to go ahead and take the stuff from this guy as well. And then hopefully we can go ahead and squeeze something in like this. So if we're able to go ahead and squeeze in another shelf here, right? This guy can go ahead and be screws. And I have to double check that shelf across the way because I think I set that to screws. No, I set that to gears. Did I set that one to screws? No, that one's right too. Okay, never mind. I'm having a brain fart. That can go there. And then hopefully we can do this right. Let's get another one of these machines going. And then if we flip it around, it's not going to line up with that shelf anymore. So that might be a bit of an issue. But it also looks like we don't have enough room either to go ahead and do 2 more of these in this section. So what we can do is move it over here and have the plate one making, or make this one, another one making the pipes, right? So at least we have doubles of these being made as well. Hopefully that helps with our demand issue right now. So that should work, right? We can have that just going right into a shelf, and then we'll have to go ahead and have another shelf down elsewhere in this little factory so that the other screw setup can go ahead and get the pipes from this thing. So we can make that a source as well, and then that can go there. So we have 2 making pipes, 1 making screws, and then if do we have the room to go ahead and put it there? I think we do. So if we plop this guy here, that doesn't block off the walkway. I thought it was blocking off the walkway. No, we're fine. We'll have enough room, I think. Yeah, we do. We do have enough room to go ahead and put that there. I thought it would block the walkway, so that's fine. So we have 2 making pipes, 2 making screws. That can then terminate into another shelving unit. That's fine there. And I don't think we have enough room to make another line. I'm going to try, though, so we can utilize as much space in this warehouse as we can. You know what? I think this will actually work. So if we set that to the pipe, set this one to the screws, I think this will work indeed. So we need 2 more shelves, 3 more shelves if I can count. Okay, well, I think that should work. We had to go ahead and put one of these guys back in to go ahead and open up the walkway, because if we didn't do that, it would be closed. So hopefully it's going to work. We have plenty of metal coming in. We should have all of the products going back into this pallet, and then we can use this as our main distribution thing for our metal screws, gears, and pipes. Okay, so now that this is running, we're going to go ahead and set the courier pallet up to be delivering to these areas, because the employees won't put anything in the pallet until there's a demand for it. So we can go ahead and do that now. We'll have the screws coming to this place because that's what's being produced there. So we can go ahead and set a lineup for that. And then there's 3 products being made in here, right? Let me double check here. So we have pipes, we have gears, and we have screws. So actually, what I just realized is we can't actually access our pallet because of how wide we made it. So they can't actually squeeze in between this machine and get to this. So we have to scoot everything up by 1, I think. And then that might go ahead and give us a little bit of leeway to go ahead and get back here to it. I'm not too sure. We might not be able to do this at all, actually. Okay, well, in order to get this to work, we had to go ahead and remove the storage rack right here on this machine because we couldn't actually squeeze it in. So we had to scoot everything over and forward 1, and it seems to be fine, and it's actually letting us take from there now. So all we got to do now is go into this guy here. That's our route, and then we need to go ahead and enable pickups here. And then I need to go back through and see what I need delivered in each of these warehouses. So the first place is this guy. We need screws and pipes delivered to him. So is that the first one we're going to? No, we're going to the first one is this guy over here. This guy needs just screws. So the first one needed screws, and then the second one needed screws and pipes. The third one is this guy over here. So we need, looks like we need all three of them being dropped off in the third place there. So we can go ahead and do that. Let's see, 1, 2, and then 3. So we need all of you getting dropped off here. The fourth area is the area over here, and we need all three being dropped off here again. I don't think we actually need anything in this area. All we need here is actually just screws, because the only thing using any metal is the casing up there. So we can go ahead and set that on this guy here as well. So for the final place here, we need screws and pipes coming here, and then we can go ahead and disable the other lines here. So screws, pipes, hire in, probably about 4 people will probably be enough to go ahead and supply that line. And then these guys over here can go get fired. So this thing no longer needs to be being made. The screws don't need to be being made anymore. So yeah, once this line is dried out, we can go ahead and empty it. So now that we have metal being produced in the factory, that's going to go ahead and hopefully supply our factories with the metal that it needs. And hopefully that's going to be enough to go ahead and do it. But for right now, that's going to go ahead and be it for today's episode. Hope you guys enjoyed as always, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.